Alright, so we're all sleeved up and ready to go through the deck, and it's, I guess, final form for now. But there were 4 cards that I ended up finding when finishing up the deck that I thought would be really good options to include. So I had mentioned Nature's Claim, and I decided having that 1-drop removal is good. So I'm including that. Elemental Bond was one I just accidentally skipped over. Turns out there's a lot of creatures with power 3 or greater in the deck, so getting that card draw from Elemental Bond I thought would be pretty good. And then Sunblast Angel, I had mentioned I couldn't find it, and I did find it, so now that's going to go into the deck. And then this one was one that, like, I don't know how I didn't think of it before, but Eerie Interlude is like a must include, I think, in this deck. And I just think it's great. It's an instant speed Conjurer's Closet. So I guess we'll go through. Well, I guess we'll start with the ramp. So I ended up actually putting in 14 ramp cards, and that's a lot. But at the same time, I think some of the ramp cards are doing double duty. So it's the fact that they're ramp cards, I think, is kind of not that big of a deal that I have 14. So I went with Springleaf Drum, Guardian Idol, Scion Summoner, and I tried to keep as many of these Eldrazi as I could, because the fact that they make 1/1s, I want to be able to try and build a small army to try and win by going wide with Earthshaker Giant or Enrace Forerunner. So Kozilek's Predator. I decided to keep the Evasive Pilgrim. I just thought he was just a fun little flavor card. Taps for white and he's green. Rapid Growth, Cultivate, Harrow, Roiling Regrowth, Yasharn, Farhaven Elf, Wood Elf, Sylvan Ranger, and the Brood Monitor. Those were the ramp cards I decided to keep. The card draw, which you've already seen, Elemental Bond. So Elemental Bond. This card's doing double duty as far as a card draw and could be a game ender, depending on the situation. But yeah, Return of the Wild Speaker. There is quite a few non-humans in the deck, so I think it's definitely worth having. Elvish Visionary, Court of Bounty, Palace Sentinels, Viridian Revel. We have a lot of artifact removal, so I think getting card draw from this card might actually play into our strategy pretty well. Oblation, Garruk's Pack Leader, basically Elemental Bond on a creature, so I thought that was kind of a nice deal. Wall of Omens, Fierce Empath, to go fetch our game-winning card. Wall of Blossoms, Mentor of the Meek, and Soul of the Harvest. So that's all of our card draw. I believe there's 12 of those, which I'm pretty happy with, considering we're in white and green. On to removal. So we got Sunblast Angel, Nature's Claim, Thorn Mammoth, Terastodon, Reclamation Sage, Acidic Slime, Manglehorn, Kogla, End Hostilities, Slaughter the Strong, Planner Cleansing, and Ondu Inversion, which will be doing double duty as a land. Next, we have our value, I suppose. Suture Priest, and Soul's Attendant for the life gains to keep us in the game. Eternal Witness, Deadwood Treefolk, Deathgorge Scavenger, Charming Prince, Loaming Shaman, Thrag Tusk. Now to the flicker effects. Eerie Interlude, Conjurer's Closet, Wispweaver Angel, Flicker Wisp, Glimmerpoint Stag, Ephemerate, White Mane Lion, Aviary Mechanic, and Tamor Sabretooth. The rest is just our win condition and some odds and ends to keep into the deck. I kept Rapid Vigor, Strionic Resonator to double up on those ETBs, Liquid Metal Coating so that I can kill creatures when I'm targeting artifacts, Village Bell Ringer just as a gotcha, Great Oak Guardian, so win condition and gotcha effect, Earthshaker Giant, and our Enrace Forerunners. So with all that, I decided to go with 35 lands. Normally I play 36 to 37, even up to 38 when I'm not in green. But I decided, I'll show you a couple of the ones I'm keeping in here that are kind of weird. I decided to play with Pendelhaven. Got a couple of 1/1 creatures. So Pendelhaven is, I guess, a strictly better forest. It taps for 1 green, untapped, and can make a 1/1 creature a 2/3. So I thought that was kind of neat. Thought this was kind of a fun addition. The Vitu-Ghazi City Tree taps for 1 colorless, and you can make some Saprolings. Endless Sands is kind of like Livio on a land. So, you know, if something's going to get exiled and I don't like it, I can exile my own creature and then sack the sands later on, bring all the creatures back. So I thought that was kind of neat. Other than that, this was the last odd land I decided to include. The Windbrisk Heights. I think I'll be attacking with 3 or more creatures quite often, so I think getting the hideaway trigger won't be that difficult. So that is, I guess, my deck tech on Halana and Livio. The deck is casual. This is not a CDH deck, and I think it will function pretty well. You know, in a fun group dynamic, and hopefully you enjoyed the video. Thanks.